Do you think businesses should take a public stance on issues like LGBTQ+ rights, or does that risk alienating customers in a polarized climate?
I'll just speak from the heart, no. Let me tell you something. Conservatives, I think, are misread completely. I'm very conservative. I'm stoic in nature. I'm a winner, right? I view myself as a person that wins, that knows what they want, knows how to get it, and I work really hard. I want people that win around me. Conservatives, and this is a part of my idea, let's make conservatism cool again. Let's make it understood what it is. We don't see color. We don't see sexual preference. We see people that win, people that lose, people that complain, and people that champion with great energy. We see people that elevate the room. We see people that drain the room. Conservatives look for merit. You know, I remember Martin Luther King, this was his big message: judge not by the content of or the color of your skin, but by the content of your character. When did sexual preference and sort of like the perversion around who you sleep with, you know, genitalia, all the things that come along with these subject matters, when did that define your value as a person? Like, you're proud of that? You know, you have these, I gotta challenge this narrative, these pride parades. Like, what a degenerative way to associate pride to your self-worth based on who you sleep with in a bedroom. That is a poor way to evaluate sort of the strength of your character, the moral conviction of you as a person, your ability to win, your ability to be valuable in society. Conservatives are only looking for that. Now, if you come in a dress, but you're actually a man, and you bring more value to the table somehow than the guy that is not doing that and is really in alignment with his biology, like if you're just gonna look at merit and pure talent, conservatives 10-1 will probably pick the guy that produces, or the girl that produces, or the he, the she, the they, it doesn't matter. Because that is really where merit is sort of built in the value of a person. That means I can be around a transgender person, and if they don't push ideology that I think is not healthy for a young developing neural pathway of a child, if they don't push perversion topics on me that I really don't want to hear, that I'm uncomfortable with hearing, if they don't make my wife feel uncomfortable when a man sort of walks in the bathroom after her, like, you know, you could be sensible as a person that was born in the wrong body. If that's a real thing, I'll validate it all day, sure. Absolutely, why not? But it's your respect around other people that is so crucial to how I judge you. And if you can do that and you're talented, you got the job. It's so easy. It's merit, it's class, it's value. It means you could sleep whoever you want with, you could be a boy or girl, and you can have class, and you could see what's right or wrong, and you can protect innocence and children, not try to push stuff on them that is really toxic for a young mind to develop. If it goes that way, great. But when a 16-year-old all of a sudden thinks she's a boy, you know, we used to call those when I was a kid, tomboys. And you know, 9 out of 10 tomboys that I know, and those girls in their 30s are actually the most beautiful girls I've ever seen. And they're some of the most feminine girls that I've ever seen once they hit their 30s. And thank God there wasn't some teacher around that was pushing pills down their throat and say, hey, you should be a boy. Take these pills, and you know what? In this state, in America, you can go have a double vasectomy as a teenager behind your parents' back. They're pushing for this. This is massive propaganda. These are crucial mistakes in society. This is a detriment to everything that is good, fair, and just. And this is not protecting any kind of LGBTQ rights by pushing this. In fact, it's hurting their cause. Because deep down, even a liberal parent that has a child they love with all their heart knows deep in their soul that what they're pushing is wrong on a child. If it goes that way, we'll deal with it. But to create this as an option of regularity that's now taught in school, some of the books that have been seen and found in libraries, you know, it's children in the books painted as fictional characters where they're teaching you how to do fellatio as a 7th grader. And the visual representation is there. You've seen case after case after case this. You talk about this anywhere, everyone laughs like you're crazy. The truth is the testimony and the parents that I've heard from see it everywhere. So much of when I talk about these issues, I get flooded with messages. And it allows me to sort of dissect the true nature of a diverse audience, all kinds of people from all walks of life, all different nationalities, ethnic backgrounds. And they all keep telling the same story. Why is media not covering this accurately? It's because there's an agenda. This is all about future voters. They intoxicate the mind with indoctrinating thoughts. This is Marxism at its best. They create a slave society that it does what they're supposed to. They're trapped in fear. They don't know how to succeed. They don't know how money works. They don't know how to be valuable in society. And they're taught to squabble, to hate each other. It's conquer and divide. This is literally one of the most ancient rules about how to gain power, keep power, and this is where tyranny creeps in. And all of a sudden, the good guys are the bad guys. The criminals become somehow the victims. And this is where the cops all of a sudden are all racist, they want to kill you. You know, it's like that's a narrative that's not true. There's so many incredible cops, and they're the ones that protect the most impoverished areas in America, but you see how the narrative shifts, and it shifts subtly, and then it shifts dramatically, and then COVID happens. Or then there's one killing out of literally thousands that happen every month in America, all over America. A lot of white guys died, but there's no political gain there. So they find the one that will divide, and the media goes nuts. And you ever seen the news where every news network all over America has the same punchline? It's like, oh, did they just email each other the talking points? This question has roots that goes everywhere because it's the same ideology that's pushing it that is kind of embedded in anywhere there's some kind of communication where there's a fight, where there's always sort of hate. It brews in these topics. And if it's only about merit, if it's about character, if it's about your skill set, your conviction, I think most conservatives are not bigots at heart. They can look right past it once you prove your value, once you prove that you're a good human. Because so much of that is misunderstood because all we see at the pride parades or wherever all these people are trying to like celebrate their value because of who they sleep with is we see like people in vagina outfits. It's so tacky, it's disgusting, it's weird. We've seen the videos. You ever been to a parade? It's guys with their junk hanging out in tiny little thongs. Like, why are you telling me you're valuable? There's a child right there and you're in a thong where I can see your balls. Literally. And it sounds funny, but the truth is like, that's what we see when you go to these events. And they all congregate together. And that is not what civility, that's not what class or charisma looks like. That's not character at all. It's a child right there. And you're pushing perverse stuff on society, stuff that's sick. It's bad for the heart. It's not wholesome. I don't go around like screaming that my value is because I have sex with women. You know, and the other side may claim, it's like, well, you've never had to fight the battles that we've had to fight. It's like, no, man, you're wrong on this, 100%, you're wrong. You don't understand. Like, if you really want to bring a nation together, there's a way to do it. There's a talking point that I could get behind that is good for all people. And everyone will win with it, no matter who your sexual preference is. But that ain't value. No offense. What you put where and who has no value in society. In fact, it probably does hurt you. If there is any value, it probably is negative, that you lead with that foot. It definitely doesn't have a plus, but that's how you value your identity. I'm telling you, it's dangerous, and this won't end well because they won't stop.